Guys, this is Dustin with TWPD. Today we're going to be recording this with an LG G5. We're replacing the LG Pro Pad 7.0. So very first thing you want to do is warm it up to 100 degrees Celsius. You can use a heat gun or you can use a hot plate like I use. And just let it sit there for about 5 minutes and warming up the whole device. It makes it really nice and easy. You're going to just use an iSesame tool or an iFlex tool. iFlex will be a little bit more difficult as they are a lot more bendable. So I would just recommend something a little bit more sturdier with doing that. Make sure your blade is nice and clean. Okay, so go ahead and start picking off the glass. We don't really need to do glass separation on this because the display only costs $30. At that point, it's not really worth our time and effort to do a whole LCD assembly. Or the whole glass assembly, excuse me. But doing glass assembly, you could do it, but it just, I don't know, it was spend an extra hour for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. So you can be pretty aggressive with this. You don't have to be too soft because you're just replacing the whole thing. If you guys need parts, you can always check out the links below. I always have parts showing, you know, what to do and where to get it and all that fun stuff. So it literally, you can be, like I said, pretty aggressive with it. You can always save your LCD panels for recycling in the future. The panels itself might be worth $1 or $2 in the future as the cost of the materials go up as we run out of materials. We're not going to always have all these materials. So always think of recycling instead of throwing away as much as possible, guys. It's good for the environment and good for kids' future and whatnot. So all we're doing here is just cleaning off the adhesive, the glue. Pretty straightforward. If your housing's been in at all, just bend it out a little bit with a pliers. So this one does not come with any adhesive whatsoever on it. What a bummer. It just makes our life a little bit more difficult. I'm just removing this. Oh, and I'm not using the wide feature on the G5, by the way. I'm just using the regular feature, regular camera. Apparently you can, but it's too zoomed in for what we're doing here, so I'm just using the regular one. Or it's not, it's too zoomed far out. The regular one's zoomed in just right for what we need. I'm not sure why this tape is here, but I'm removing it because it shouldn't be there. Just interfere with us setting it down. I want a nice flat surface. Okay. Without putting any tape down, we're just going to go ahead and just stick it down and push hard right there. And make sure it turns on and works before gluing it all down. Because I'm pretty sure this would be really hard to do, removing it, if it was all together. So just going to let it boot here for a second. I'm going to pause it. Okay, it worked. It's just the battery's dead. So it started up and looked fine. And I'm going to take the risk the touchscreen works. I'm sure it does. Just lightly twist it up. And if you left any adhesive, that would have been really hard to lift up. So make sure you don't leave any adhesive. So now you need to figure out if you need, you're going to need double-sided tape. If you need 15 millimeters, 10 millimeters, or whatever millimeters here. I always have all of them in stock, all the sizes. So just measure it up. It looks like the 15 is the ticket. Nope, it's a little too thick. Probably need the 10. Which I don't have the 10. I think this is 7 or 8. I ran out of 10. We're just going to use this one. It doesn't need extreme amount of adhesive anyways. thing apparently has a 5-minute time limit. Once again, anyone who understands 4K runtime, why it's only 5 minutes or 10 minutes at a time, please let me know in the comments below and what I have to do to resolve that to make it longer. I'm assuming it's something to do with the file system, but I'm not too sure. I haven't figured that part out yet. Probably if I just did some research I'd figure it out, but I'm busy repairing devices, making these blasted YouTube videos for you guys. Speaking of YouTube videos, watch my business videos, please. And if you enjoy my business advice, I will keep on producing more advice. I'd like to get you guys all involved and make you all part of TWPD. If you want to do your own thing, be your own boss, you pay 5% after the first year. Before that, you learn to become an entrepreneur and you don't pay nothing, but you're part of the TWPD team. I'm trying to create a massive database of technicians all across the world. We all help out and contribute if you want, and you don't pay nothing for the service. If you can't contribute in some kind of way, website design or whatnot, then fine. You pay the 5%. I prefer everyone to help contribute as much as possible, so that way no one has to pay. Really not interested in the money, guys. I'm really interested in just creating one place where everyone can go and get their phone fixed versus multiple places all across the US. The only requirement is that you keep a 4-star rating or higher. That's it. Really straightforward.
Yours is next. Just finish this one. Super excited to hear. Perfect. I'll let you guys get back to it. Okay. Thank you very much. Here's the welcome. Thanks for calling TWPD. This is Bryce. How can I help you?
Okay.
We do indeed. Is it just the
And we just
glass
peel
or
off the
is it
adhesive.
So just the glass on an iPhone 6 Plus is going to be $130. And if you bring in, go ahead. If you bring in cash, we do a $10 discount as well.
Tell them it's OEM parts and lifetime warranty. Okay, Bryce? All right, so now that we got all the adhesive removed, it's really as simple
actually,
as
that was for our other location,
sitting,
and it was only for the South Road location.
pressing that in, and just making sure you clip it in.
It was just for another location, and it's kind of the reason why they went out of business. One of the things that we do in our market is we use OEM parts, and we get lifetime warranties.
Of course, it doesn't want to clip in this time around. That really sucks.
Because
sometimes that happens.
You know, we could get cheap parts, but then 2 months from now, your phone, stops working for no apparent reason, and that's not the quality that we're trying to give you.
So sometimes this happens, guys. You're gonna have to basically redo everything if this happens.
I do actually.
So I'm gonna have to reheat it up.
I mean, it's a similar service. We can.
After I set it on the heater for 10 minutes again, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this display off again, and hopefully we can see what happened. Come on. Where did the tweezers go? Okay, found some tweezers here. Let's make sure our video's lined up better. Zoom out a little bit more, guys. There we go. So pull off the display. Just fix our adhesive here real quick. Too bad there's no way to like really lift this up too much. There's no way to really plug this in beforehand. So, let's try though. Never actually tried it. I've always just plugged it in and it worked. Nope, the cable's too short. So it should just plug right in without a hitch, but for whatever reason it didn't. Just relining it up and retrying. There's not much more I can do. That sounded like it clipped in. All I'm doing is pushing hard on the back panel here. Ah, yes, got it that time around. So I'm actually kind of glad that fell on camera, so that way if it ever happens to you guys, then you can see what to do. Just be careful about pulling out that display. I figured that might eventually happen to me, and it happened today. So, yeah, it was perfect timing, so that way you guys can see what to do. Battery empty, powering off. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, battery empty. Okay, we got it finally charged up here a little bit to 12%. As you can see, everything is functioning. And you guys always can check out my website, send in your devices if you need to. This device is $30 to repair, plus the $30 for the part. Thank you guys. Have a good one.